I began, of course, as a freshman at Clark College in 1953 as a freshman. And that was the beginning of my journey to arrive at this point. At that time, this was during the era of segregation. And I had to make a choice as to what I wanted to do in terms of going to school or joining the Army or whatever, because that was during the Korean conflict, you know. So I could not attend Georgia State, University of Georgia, or any of the schools in the area. I always was attracted to Clark College because my surroundings were kind of Clark. We lived in South Atlanta at one point in time. South Atlanta was where old Clark University is located. My parents, Mrs. Laura Cargyle Patterson and Mr. Hardy Patterson, those two are the foundation. They're the foundation for my my education. My great-grandfather attended, along with David T. Howard, attended Clark University. He was the first black undertaker in the city of Atlanta. That's the beginning of my connection with Clark, I want to say, and didn't know it at the time, of course. I was too young. So we moved from that point, from South Atlanta, or at Summer Hill, it's called sometimes, to Markham Street, which is across from Morris Brown. I somehow or another bumped into my future professor, Clark, at an elementary school, which was Ashby Street School. Now it was then later called E.R. Carter. And Wayman Carver, my future professor, was teaching elementary school band there. I spent 4 years at Clark. Then I graduated in 1957 from Clark. Then I was, you know, on the, I guess we were, the Army was trying to draft me. In fact, when I entered Clark, they were trying to draft. So they gave me a deferment to finish Clark, the Clark College at the time. So I taught 1 year in public schools, and then I was drafted into the service. And I really never left Clark. Wayman Carver was my draw. I was always back working with the band and hanging around, working around Wayman Carver, Professor Wayman Carver, my professor. In, I guess, 1962, he asked me to come over, along with Dr. James P. Brawley, and hired me as assistant band director. That made me the first assistant band director, and Wayman Carver, Professor Carver, was the first band director. I'm the founder of the Clark Atlanta University Jazz Orchestra and the founder of the Jazz Studies program. We've had a lot of memorable moments. Traveling to Europe, concerts, traveling to Europe 8 times, being invited, not just traveling there just to play, but we were invited 8 times to perform at the Montreux Jazz Festival 8 times, one with Dizzy in 1982. And in the same year, of course, memorable moments, we played the Abel Fisher Hall Lincoln Center with Dizzy, Sarah Vaughan, and Jimmy Owens and the Clark College Jazz Orchestra at the time. These are memorable, really serious, memorable moments. In recognition of Dizzy, rehearsing with the film score writer Lalo Schifrin, who wrote the Mission Impossible theme and film scores. That was a memorable moment as well. What legacy would I like to leave? My legacy, I would like to leave a spirit here that would live after I'm gone away from this institution. A spirit that will carry on my mission and my mission of keeping Clark as a very, very strong HBCU, keeping that spirit afloat, and that we can keep our culture alive, because it's great culture for service. Well, excellence means a love for the institution, and that becomes excellence. When you love the institution, as I did, and all of us still do, that's excellence. That puts a spirit in your work and in what you do, try to do here at this institution.